So today, I gotta do a little bit of maintenance on my planer. Stay tuned. Hi guys, for those of you who don't know, my name is Michael and I am the woodworker for MK Designs. And I told you guys last week in my previous video for the tablet stand that I have a huge project coming up. Well, huge for me anyway. And before I get started on it, I've got some maintenance things I need to take care of, and this is the first thing that I need to do. I haven't been in the shop for about a week because of the weather. It got really cold and really wet and snowy and rainy, and I've got 2 days, today and tomorrow, and then it all moves back in again. So today I am doing a little bit of maintenance on my planer. I'm going to flip the blades around. Normally this would be a straightforward and easy process, but I have a little problem with mine, and yeah, let's get to it and it'll explain it. Okay, so typically what you would do is you want to remove this shroud first. Well, first thing you want to do is unplug it, but you want to remove this shroud, and you have this little wrench that's on the side here. It's a 4mm wrench with 2 rare earth magnets on it, and I'll show you what those are for here shortly. And you got 2 screws here, one here, one here, and you just remove these and then take the shroud off. And it just slides out just like that. Now, here's your bar, and your blade is just underneath the bar. Let's see if I can show you. This is your bar, and you've got 6 screws in it that hold it and the blade on. And the blade is just underneath it. That silver part right there is actually the blade. You would reach over here. As well, you got the fan over here. This is what causes your dust extraction. And as you can see, the head rotates with the fan. And normally it would lock in about that position right there. However, mine locks in that position. I can't get in there to get to the screws with anything, really. And the blade is right there, so it's very easy to cut me. So what I have to do is a little more complicated. We're going to move back just a bit. Okay. I have to basically take it apart, at least the outer part of it anyway. Normally, this is all you need to do any kind of maintenance on this machine. That 4mm wrench, and it does it all. But I actually need 5.5mm, I think it is. No, maybe it's the 5. Yeah, 5mm. Yep, 5mm, 4mm, and 3mm. If I can get the right one here. And 3mm. I'll show you that in a second. So first thing I have to do, I have to take the handle off here. Just hold it, and take your wrench, break it loose, and then it just unscrew it. There's a washer in here, so be careful. Don't lose your washer. Slide it off, and there's your washer. Slide that off, and then the knob on the side, the dial, repeat-a-cut dial, which I never use. You have to pull it off, and then you take the 5mm wrench, and you got these 4 screws here, 4 bolts that hold this whole thing on, and it looks like, you'll see in a second. the whole thing just slides off. And it looks like this piece comes apart from the orange pieces. No, it doesn't. It all just kind of comes off. You pull it over the knob, get it over your chain and your belt, and you slide that off and set it to the side. Now, to make it a little easier for me, I mean, I could just sit here. You use this knob, this button right here, to release the blade. And when the shroud's in place, it keeps that pushed back so it doesn't lock. That's how it works. But, and I could just sit here and do it like this and go and undo my screws and switch my blades. But I honestly prefer to take this off. And this is where the 3mm comes in. There's a screw here and a screw right inside here, and they're both 3mm. And now I've got full access to the fan, so I can actually sit here and hold the fan while I'm working on the blades. Now, this is where these two little magnets come in handy at. You just, well, normally it would just pull it out, but I think it just pulled the blade off with it. Yep. Normally, it's not grabbing it. Huh. Maybe I don't want to film this, but it will grab the blades. And as you can see, they're not very big. And this is the side I've been cutting on, and somewhere on one of these there's a nick. But yeah, they're quite dull, especially compared to the other side. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll take a magic marker, you know, black felt tip pen or something, and I'll put a mark on it. That way I know I've already flipped these around. But I don't have one with me right now, and I already know that I'm going to remember this because I'm going to probably get different blades. But there's two little notches, or two little nubs here. Let me see if I can move the camera in so you can see them. Right here and right here. Try not to move it too fast. So these holes here, these two on the outside, they line up with those nubs, and that's how you know you've got everything lined up right. So yeah. So what you do, the easiest way to do it is to put it back on the magnet and slide it in here like that. And you can slide these back and forth. You got a little bit of play. A lot of people say they get rid of imperfections that way. I don't. But on the bar, you've got these two little holes that line up with the notches also, with the little nubs. And everything goes back like goes right back into place. Makes it easy. You just line up the nubs, and then you can start putting your screws back in. And I'll just go through and repeat for the other 2 blades and put it back together. Yes, it gives me a little bit more work and whatnot, but there is one advantage to it. You can't get in here with a shop vac with everything together and get all this dust on the sides here. So like right there, you see you got your chains. It gives you a chance to look at them, make sure they're greased up and they're not clogged up, which mine are a little bit. Get that cleaned up, and you get a shop vac in there and get all that extra dust out that you normally can't get to. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put it back together. So yeah, like I said, a little problem. I know a lot of you are going to ask why I didn't just replace it under the LSA or take it back when I noticed it. Well, a couple reasons. One, it was a gift from my kids and my wife for my birthday one year. And they gave me the receipt so that I could register the LSA. But I got busy, and you have 90 days to register the LSA. And I forgot about it until like day 85. And so I went and I started looking for the receipt to be able to get it registered, and it was nowhere to be found. I know they gave it to me. They remember giving it to me, but I could not find it. So I could not get it registered for the LSA. So it is not registered with the LSA. I couldn't even get it registered for the normal warranty because you have to have a receipt for that too, from what I understand. I didn't try. I'll be honest with you. I didn't try. And at that point, I'd already used it a lot. So taking it back to the store was not really an option either. I'm an honest person. I'm not going to go, this is brand new, when it's not. And it's not new. You know, it's not. So I'm just holding out and making this work until I can get a replacement of some sort, whether it be another Ridgid or something else. I don't know. So yeah, that's the first thing I needed to do, was I needed to swap my blades around. And the reason I needed to swap the blades around is because one of them had a little chip in it, and it was leaving a mark on the boards on one side of the planer as I would run them through. And with this project coming up, I don't really want to have to deal with that. I've been dealing with it up till now. You just sand it a little bit, and that's that. It wasn't that bad. And I've been needing to do this for a while anyway, so I went ahead and did it. And yeah, I got a couple other things I'm going to do, and I'll probably film those for you too. So yeah, until next time, guys, happy creating.